Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to commend the mover of this bill as well for bringing this bill to the fore. For a lot of us, cancer has a human face, Mr. Speaker. A diagnosis of cancer changes your entire life. It changes your life the way that you knew your life. It gives you pain and the inability to plan because you're not even aware. You don't even know what your terminal stage is, what stages you're in. You don't know how far in the future you can plan once you get a diagnosis of cancer. Cancer changes not only, it is the only ailment, Mr. Speaker, sir, that they say you battle. For heart disease, they say you suffer heart disease, they say you suffer kidney disease, but with cancer, they say you battle cancer. Mr. Speaker, and the reason why it's called a battle is that you battle it with your wealth, you battle it with your resources, with your emotions, you battle it spiritually. Even the people around you battle cancer. The effect on the scourge of cancer, even on the caregivers, sometimes is a lot more than the scourge, even on the people who suffer cancer. Mr. Speaker, the numbers are very dire. You speak to oncologists and they tell you that what we experience today in Nigeria is a pandemic. Mr. Speaker, a lot of people, the other day I had cause to speak to the head oncologist at the National Hospital. And he said to me, and he told me a very sad story, and I will share it. He said to me, he said, you know, it is one thing to diagnose cancer. It is another thing to treat cancer. Says because most of the people who walk into the National Hospital who are indigent come up to me and they say to me, and I say to them, you've been diagnosed with cancer, and they say to me, doctor, I need to eat first before we even start to talk about the treatment. And that is what this bill seeks to do. This bill seeks to capture those people who unfortunately are exposed to this dreaded disease, but haven't been diagnosed with this dreaded disease, have absolutely nowhere to go but to sit down and realize that they're terminal and wait for the day. Mr. Speaker, what he seeks to do is to create a basket that takes care of the indigent. Now, the centers are one thing, but another thing, Mr. Speaker, sir, that this House of Reps must do, this 8th National Assembly, House of Representatives must do, is create some kind of institutionalized means where we take care of these people. All the people who suffer cancer, it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor or in between, cancer is a leveler. And so a lot of people who have been wealthy in their cause for the treatment of cancer, which is long, expensive, and arduous, find out that they become broke. So we need a cancer support system that tells you where to go, that gives you subsidized drugs, that helps us to key into the international researches that makes sure that cancer is no longer a death sentence. Mr. Speaker, the National Health Insurance Scheme, we should look at that bill again and ensure that it encompasses and captures this group of people. We should look at the Social Security bill and look at ways in which we can take care of these people even after the diagnosis and treatment of cancer. I want to commend him that even though we've come up with so many motions on the floor of the House, the only way in which we can actually tackle cancer is if we come up with an institutionalized plan to capture everybody, because cancer is no respecter of people, not geographical zones, not economic strength. It is no respecter, it's a leveler. Thank you.
The Honorable